Hello everybody, this is Juntas. Today is just going to be a blog video for Diablo 2 and 3. So, feedback from the health versus my Twink Paladin update. For the future, I would probably just, consider something like a level 13 Fisher Druid if I was ever gonna finish it. This guide from Mixed Text seemed pretty good. I think a Fisher Druid would be next up. Something again which people commented about that doesn't rely on attack rating and hit chance, that also influenced by level. Cause let's actually get some feedback going really fast, just to make it short though. Still Seal got going with Smite, just as many points as I could remaining. And then I took Blessed Aim instead of Might, as people suggested, and I have to say Blessed Aim gives a crap ton of attack rating. I should also mention that right now I have my modded ring on, so it has 1023 attack rating. Without that crazy mod and just 100 attack rating, which is already a lot obviously, especially for this level, it would be about 5200 attack rating. Was it 5300 or something? So yeah, we're almost getting double value with Blessed Aim. But just look at this. Blessed Aim really does scale well when you are able to get a lot of attack rating. But here comes the sad part. Even with all this attack rating, I mean, I can't even kill a zombie. Christ, my Merc will die before I even get it down to half health. Okay, a little over half health before my Mercy Chant died. It's just so crap to see. But let's also just quickly get Smite going. Oh my god, that's an elite pack. I didn't even see that one. I didn't even see it was an elite pack. My god, let's just restart this game again. Okay, Might, Blessed Aim. Yeah, I should actually just go with Might, because, as you can see, obviously, if we were going to do a little different setup on Might, actually get the synergies, just quickly mention the synergies here. No, actually, Smite didn't have any synergies, never mind me. I actually thought it was something with charge. That's just charge, stupid me. Anywho, you can see that Smite, even with, again, pretty decent gear and whatnot, it connects, sure, but the damage is just not really good at all. I guess we could quickly also just alter the build for Smite full on. Okay, so let's just quickly also go over Smite. Of course, we're maxing it this time, and then we're maxing over and putting remaining points into Might. So let's go for this. The problem with Smite is that, yes, the stun length gets better, but that's really it. I can't really say I get improvements in damage at all. I can maybe just try to single out this dude here. As you can see, the damage is not really, of course the stun length and whatnot definitely gets better, but yeah, the damage is just not there, even compared to Seal with its abysmal attack rating, no matter even with using Blessed Aim. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to consider revisiting this with a Fisher Druid or a similar that doesn't rely on, attack rating or character level to hit whatever. But yeah, it seems like you people like that sort of content, so why not just make more of it? So feel free to let me know about that. But for now, let's move on to Diablo 3. So let's move on to Diablo 3. Frozen Up fun. That's a thing I didn't really think I would, get in Diablo 3 in 2017. It's actually very fun build. I'm kinda in love with it by now. It's a very easy but also kind of fun rotation. We're basically just keeping up a buff from the offhand. The offhand, of course, got massively buffed, and that's kind of the reason why it even works, this build nowadays. But yeah, we basically just keep the buff up with, on a main ability or whatever it's called, and then we just spam Frozen Up. Teleport in the direction we cast Frozen Up in, and that's pretty much it. Teleport has Calamity for kind of like a survival, and there's so many variations of it. Right now I was just like showing off the Explosive Blast build, kind of just, have one less button. Many people usually just go like Black Hole, or they could even, experiment with something like, where was the Bracers? Hold on a minute. Yeah, they could even experiment something like Ranceless Foley, so they would use, you know, the whirlwind ability and stuff like that. There's a lot of variations for both like co-op and experimenting for yourself, just solo or whatever. So the build is pretty freaking variable. I can actually also just quickly show. So the DLC set is this one where we are basically just using the DLC set, spamming bubbles, using Ransler's Foley. In my case, this could also just been Blackout without Ransler's Foley, and yeah, I love this DLC set. It's so tanky, it's so fun, and it just gives you a lot of room to really blast those Arcane Orbs to get a lot of damage going. And then we also have this little setup here, which is basically just the one that I showed now, where it's a little more offensive, it's a little more tanky with some odd mechanics that works really well for, yeah, bounties in general. And then the variations for a little bit higher speed rift and whatnot. We are using the recently added, or was it pretty much now, the ring, which gives 80 was a 60% damage reduction when storm armor hits an enemy target. So that's a pretty sweet thing, where we are relying on an ability that is basically just a passive buff to give us a huge amount of survival. I kind of like that. That's pretty fun mechanic. But yeah, a lot of variations, and it's just a lot of fun. I also do have some concerns though, so we can move on to the next part. So yeah, Diablo 3 continues keep being played with the whole main stat is everything, Paragon level is everything. And I just want to give you one quick example here. I kept dying on Greater Rift 75 and I couldn't really, you know, get it to work that well. But yeah, I was looking up, you know, the dude who actually makes the builds, you know, the sort of player that keeps this game alive nowadays, Kratic. By the way, really nice job on the latest builds. You obviously know your shit. Yeah, obviously he's one of the players who are, you know, PTR testing and actually figuring out crap for the rest of us to copy and leech on and all that stuff. So yeah, thanks to Kratic for definitely. Anywho, he has 22 million toughness right now in the gear setup that he was showing off in this video, and I didn't really understand how he got that much toughness. And it's basically just so much attack rating, and obviously, you know, those few ancient rolls that I don't have. And then I also noticed a really weird thing. Even if he has arcane orb damage over vitality on his helm, which if you don't really understand what that was, it's basically just instead of vitality he would have arcane orb damage, which is recommended, you know, for maximum defense, DPS even. But if I did that, I lost like, I don't know, 7-8 million toughness or something, and I just could not live with that. So basically that, you know, that's 6, 5, 4, whatever thousand more intelligence, which is gained from, you know, leveling gems, having a high Paragon level, all that sort of stuff. It just kind of, yeah, it gives so much survival. It's just, yeah, it's stupid. So again, the only thing you're really chasing in this game is just Paragon leveling in main stats. The higher intelligence that you can get in the case of a wizard, it's just gonna be so much easier and better. Of course, there's a few mechanics still where I mentioned attack speed in this case, but mostly it's just more stats and more stats. It doesn't really matter too much, like you know, getting an ancient weapon and ancient offhand, that is obviously gonna help on your damage, but again, it doesn't really matter too much because it's really just all about the main stats, which is kind of been the case for Diablo 3 for very long. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to mention that because I couldn't really understand why I kept dying, and then I just switched to vitality on my helm and it started getting a little bit better. But let's have some fun now and kind of just yeah, just try out a 75. I was speed running it a bit before. Let's just go loud and powered. I'm not really gonna level the gems anyway on that such a level. So obviously we use the numlock trick still, just to kind of get, you know, you don't really have to use explosive blast at 75. It maybe starts to not do that much damage. We're not using Orb of Infinite Death, by the way. So yeah. Anywho, here's an elite pack. And you can kind of see that the elite packs, if you're really, you know, getting that sweet rotation going where you, yeah, where everything just kind of clicks. You don't take any damage, you don't have to move a lot. The elite packs can die about 10 seconds at this greater rift level, you know, with my pretty shitty gear. Again, I'm using, you know, look at this Aether Walker, 2.3k DPS. And obviously my Paragon level is still pathetically low for non-season and whatnot, because like freaking hell, every time I join a every time I join a public game on non-ladder, which is, you know, what I play, stick to whatever, most people are probably always gonna be higher than me. That's kind of like the norm by now. So yeah. Anywho, you could see here I started taking a little more damage, and I actually ended up dying twice on this pack. The first half, and then the unstable anomaly came as well. So damage taken is definitely a concern when you are kind of running with yeah, not that good toughness, because again, having 17 million toughness or 25 million toughness, for some reason that just really makes or breaks the survival. Anywho, it's very satisfying, you know, casting these frozen orbs are just a lot of fun. Oh, and I should probably also mention that you want to stay at range because of modifiers such as and passive. I can never remember the keybinds. Anywho, 30 yards is kind of like the aim. We have the, yeah, we also have the gem and whatnot boosting the further we are from our targets. So yeah, you kind of just want to play it like a ranged build, which is cool. So 2 nasty elite packs. Let's see if we can kill them kind of together. Yeah, they're pretty much dead now, so that's fine. But yeah, higher Paragon level, and this pack would probably have been a little easier to survive. Again, I just can't stop, you know, thinking about that. But that's also kind of like, it motivates you, I suppose, because you know that it matters a lot. But the grind to get there is just kind of pointless. I don't know, it doesn't really change anything, because if you're grinding that much for, you know, for that long, you're pretty much gonna get you know, the best gear. And yeah, I don't know, maybe not the best gear, but like, okay, in my case, playing since, you know, Reaver of Souls for some time now. Yeah, now I'm not actually, but in that time I've actually only really gotten one, you know, GG roll trophy item. I got a convention of elements, and it's crit maximum roll. I think it was, yeah, it was 6 crit chance with 46% in critical hit damage and a socket. So yeah, even high intelligence as well. That was insane. And was it 140? No, well, it was almost the maximum fixed roll as well. And then obviously nowadays we just re-roll the intelligence away for getting such stats as yeah, in my case I just wanted for the Dilsir Frozen upset, I just wanted the critical no, not critical hit damage, area damage. There you go. So my ring is pretty much GG roll, and that's the only really good item that I've found since playing, you know, areas for some time at least. Of course, casual now and then, but I suppose that also kind of just tells you a little bit about you know, finding the really true good items. You know, sort of like this helm here. So like in case of this helm, it would have to have been 6% crit, and the main stats would have been fine enough at that level, but then it would also have had to gotten at least a resistance on this secondary stat or something like that. Yeah, I actually think the ring that I was talking about, the convention of elements, I don't even remember the name now, or mention the name. Anywho, that also had a second tier resistance. So yeah, one single good item I have managed to find, and that's at least something, you know. It doesn't have to come with like crazy ancient rolls every now and then on all the weapons that you find, I suppose. I'm lacking so much attack rating, or arcane power even. I have to probably just use my Dilsir spell thingy. If only they could see me now. So yeah, very nice rotation again. We are basically just using two abilities. It's actually kind of relaxing, even if it doesn't look like that. But compared to something like the stupid Arcane, where you are constantly teleporting and aiming with the beam and all that sort of shit, this is much better. But yeah, I'm maybe just a hater of that stupid Arcane wizard we have in Reaper of Souls now. I really don't like it. But then it's good that we don't actually have to play this patch. Ah, stupid wall, I'm out of arcane power and I wanted to teleport away. But yeah, I think I should maybe for the showcase of this video 75. It was probably a little too high with this specific build. But then it's good, you know, in the town I can just click a button and I switch back to the build that I actually wanted to use or whatever. So it's pretty sweet with that stash inventory armory thing they made. Yeah, I don't even have the oh yeah, I actually do use nope, I don't use Nemesis bracers, I think. Maybe I did in the stash. Anywho, this is definitely not the best setup for this specific video then. I think I could have gone a little bit faster with the other setup at least. Let's try to find the last elite pack. At least this should be the elite pack before the boss. So lacking arcane power in crucial moments. I kind of just wish there was like a UI where you didn't have to look down to the globe. I feel like the UI is very limiting. If you could just like have the globe right in the middle of the screen, that would be good. No, actually we needed to kind of be aware of it just to teleport, because yeah, we use you know, Calamity to stun and all that kind of stuff. So teleporting all the time, well, at least after 2 or 3 frozen orbs, is kind of a core the rotation to survive. So it's very important with placement, but it's not like you know, you have to think about where you place. Like you can easily say, if this Urshi guy was an elite pack, like you can easily teleport into the dude and throw some attacks and then teleport away. That's fine. So you don't really have to worry about positioning. It's just more running out of attack rating, which is annoying. Anywho, let's see if I shouldn't just try to maybe roll a bit on this gem here, just for the fun of it. Yeah, 3 fails in a row. Yeah. But yeah, I think that pretty much ends it with this. Oh, I need to cancel that stuff. There you go. Oh, I can also just open the... Yeah, the stupid non-lock trick. It's so annoying. But it's so needed, because I'm not gonna be spamming explosive blast 300 times doing that rift. It's so annoying to keep up manually. But yeah, you know, ideally with a little bit better gear and better playstyle and whatnot, you could probably always do Greater Rift 80 or something in 5 minutes with this build. No idea if that's really good or whatever, but for me that feels kind of fast. So yeah, you know, I have pretty shit gear and whatnot, but I'm able to do content that's at least somewhat relevant. I feel like that's a start, considering people are now pushing 120s or whatever. So yeah, fun times with this build. That's at least a given. So for now I'll just enjoy the fun of it. So that's cool to at least just be entertained. If I'm not gonna stick with it for long, at least I had fun while doing it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little more casual laid-back sort of blog update video. But yeah, thank you again for watching and have a good one.